You want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time it's real, real, real. I do what I want. 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 I want. Hear me now. I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out whenever you see me. Don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 I want. Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Good afternoon. I always have to check the damn clock. I always want to say good morning, no matter whether it's morning, noon, or night. But hey, come on, this is YouTube, and in this vacuous time suck, it doesn't matter. Day, night, weekday, weekend, the bullshit's always the same. We just moved the bullshitters around the board. Oh boy, I was watching something. Woo, my goodness. I might need to get my boots on. Shit is getting deep in these parts. As you see, the space buns have made a reoccurrence. And as an added bonus, kitty cats, yes, pussycats, I was cleaning in the talk about a vacuous time suck. That would be the middle drawer of my vanity where I sit to make the magic happen. Where I get my smoke and mirror game on point. Well, I came across something that I bought, oh boy, years ago. And I actually am going to check and see if they still make this because I love it. And that would be my neon pink. I don't know how it's coming across on camera, but it is the pinkest pink you've ever seen in your life. And now don't panic. It's not permanent. You know I wouldn't do that. This washes right out if you want it to. And actually, by the end of the day, the majority of this will be gone. Let me tell you what this is that I found. Oh my God, I found another thing too, which I have on my desk to show you. Now, I didn't find this in the middle vanity drawer. the black hole of beauty products. No, I found this in another large black hole, which would be my, uh, I like to call it my shoe closet. It's just a smaller closet. And that's all I keep in there is shoes and bags and things like that. But for the hair, this is Bumble and Bumble. This is the BB color stick. You can kind of see. Uh, and it's almost like lipstick, but I think it's just chalk. And all you do, oh, I already got a lot in that one. We'll do this one. This is all you do. You just y'all, it's very easy to do this on a real mirror, looking the right way. On the reverse image on a monitor, not so much, not for me. But there you go. That's all you do. And it came in pink, purple, orange, and I want to say maybe a green. This is the only color I bought. And yeah, when my hair gets to that point where it is now, which is Thursday cannot get here fast enough. This hair's a hot ass mess. But you know, my hair on its worst day is I would imagine Betty's like her ideal fantasy dream hair that she's aiming for. But I came across that, and last night I just tried a little teeny strand, and I had left it out on the vanity. So when I saw it this morning, I said, "Yeah, I'm going in with that." I wasn't planning on doing those, so I just put it in the little pieces that these were bangs at once, and colored those, but. Maybe on Wednesday, tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll go in and do more like strategic coloring. So yeah, BB color stick. And if anybody's like in love with that and they're searching right now, please let me know in the chat if it's still available. And my only other show and tell item. Because baby, it's cold today in Florida. Now, I don't know if this is entirely accurate, but I'm going to tell you what my weather app says. It says it's 55 right now. I tend to believe it. It's always slightly colder in my house than it is outside. Of course, it only works like that in the winter, not in the summertime. So I would say it's probably, well, I did put the heat on this morning, so I cheated a little, but yeah, it's cool. And yesterday, as I was doing some cleaning and knew that we had a front last night rolling on through, I was on Queen Bee's panel last night for a little bit, and I said, "Oh my God, it's raining like hell." And that is a cold front getting ready to come on through Florida. So, in preparation for said cold front, you want to see what I have been rocking this morning? Only around the house. I could wear these as shoes because they have a real, hard sole on the bottom of them. But they're really extra fabulous, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to get them all funky. And I'll probably only get to wear them a few more times. This is how Lisa, God, I sound like Betty. This is how my alter ego, Crimes and Fashion, Lisa, does. This is slippering. These are Crimes and Fashion slippers. These are Miu Miu, which is Prada's slightly cheaper diffusion line. And they are this lovely baby pink. First time I've ever worn them. I actually forgot that I even had them because they were in the box. And I bought them at the end of the season quite a while back. So as I was going through a bunch of, just stuff I keep up on the top shelves, yes, I had the damn step ladder out. Imagine my surprise when I picked up the box and I was like, damn, there's something in there. And see, they've got a real, like, they've got a hard sole on the bottom. So yes, I've been rocking these running around the house like Brimhilda this morning. Of course, now now that I'm in my office, assuming my alter ego role. No, not really. This is always me. I'm just slightly less over the top when I'm, not on YouTube. Uh, but I've told you that my heels are my superpower. So yes, I am sitting in my chair wearing my heels. Oh, and I decided to match my, now that it's turned a little cooler, I want like my more winter scents. So I thought, well, my goodness, I'm going to, in keeping with my bedroom slipper theme, I'm going to match my perfume. This is Miu Miu. What is this called? I don't know. I can't see it, but it's really nice. It's different. It's very strong. If you don't like strong, this will not be the one for you. But yes, it's strong in a like not a florally way. This is more of a like think myrrh, tonka, frankincense kind of, religiously religious smelling sort of. Someone told me that about another perfume one time and I'm like, that's a really good analogy. But yes, so there you go. Show and tell is now complete. Crazy Nurse, I'm going to put that link down in just una momento. I'm going to say hi to the kids in class and then we're going to get this shit show started. You know what I was watching before I came in here? Oh boy. I was watching The Glarer. Quite upset. My goodness, he was very upset with Police. I think it's called Police Off the Cuff. I have watched him here and there in the past, retired law enforcement. He's not the one that partners with Duty Ron on his channel quite a bit. It's the other guy that you see him at times as well, but yeah, gosh, I wonder if he know that the Glarer made his channel for him. I sure hope he sent him a thank you note. Wow. And you know what? Well, please don't let me neglect to comment on that because what made it very notable for me anyway, it wasn't just the petty like, we all know his fucking ego is completely overblown and he's rather delusional where that goes. But I mean, it's like he definitely has some things in the positive side of the balance sheet, but you know, I'll just leave it right there. But there are some things where, you know, the word that comes to mind is misogynist. Yes, I'm starting to. That's starting to pop into my mind whenever I hear his name, and that's because of him, not because of me. So, all right, let me put the link down. And that way, Crazy Nurse, if you still have, I'm sorry, I mean Perla Press. If you still have things you're, scribbling out, take your time while I say hi to the kids in the class, but I just put the link down. So let me make a little bit of room here on I've got coffee, I've got tea, I've got water. The ones that I would like to be hot are probably now cold, and the ones I want to be cold are probably now lukewarm. But before I Spill them. Okay. Hey, Wine, Crime, and Mayhem. How are you? Oh, that's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. Hey, Fairy Meadows. Good morning. Daisy Jones in the house. True Texan. How are you? SoFlo Mama. Hey, AMAC. My goodness, y'all. The news has been flying fast and furious around this place. Hey, Cambry. Cambry, I don't think Mike is here, but you know what? I'm so glad I just read that. Let me just give me 1 second, y'all. See, if I don't write myself notes about these things, I don't remember. And I meant to scribble a little note to myself about that very subject. So give me 1 minute here. And I'm going to make sure that y'all are no longer bothered by Mikey. Okay, let's see. I did mean to do that yesterday. Whoops. It would help if I got all of his. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Now I need to just start all over again. KEST. Okay, let's see here. Oh, of course, there's, 897 million of them that pop up. Well, Oh, never mind. It was done. It was a done deal. Okay, perfect. Thank you, whoever took care of that. All right. Where was I? Daisy Jones. I think I was stopped at you. So hello again, or hello the first time. Hey, Deanna, how are you? Blank Slate, Language of Horses. Be Still, how are you? Helen Highwater. Beer Can. Or if you're in the inner circle, Skyfall. If you know, you know. Truth hurts and karma's a bitch. That's what they tell me. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
What happened to my photo? Let me screw around while you're doing
I'm saying hi, so take your time.
Yes, please do.
Okay. Hi, Daz. How are you? Actually the reason he's not, that's actually just a very pleasant side effect of why he's not here. He's not here because he has a little problem with veracity and telling the truth. So I always say, don't lie about me. You call me your opinion. I'm not going to try and change your opinion. But if you're going to lie about me, well, that I have a problem with. And, he told a whopper. I was very mean to him. Oh, God. So, yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'm done with that. No, sorry. The fun has ended. Hey, Julie, how are you? Oh, wait, did I miss something? Okay, no, that was just in regards to what I was just saying. Oh, thank you, Daz. Hi, Branson girl, how are you? Oh, thank you, Fairy Meadows. I appreciate that. Oh, good. I'm glad it looks pink. Okay. Because it is very pink. Hey, Juma AF. It's funny, that wig that I wore. Oh, I think it was last week's news. The bob with the bangs. That was in this family, just a little darker. So but that came across red. So I wasn't sure how this was Hi, Running Bear. Hey, Mitten Mama. Slim Jim. How are you? Ooh. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, love it. That is so pretty. So, so pretty. That actually looks exactly like the the eyeshadow palette I just bought. It's a Charlotte Tilbury,
Right.
some limited edition holiday. I got the last one at Nordstrom, and it's got that color that is on the glitter.
Yes.
That's what's in the crease, the transition color, and the
Yes.
one all over is just a slightly lighter version of that.
Don't you love that? It's so
Oh my
fabulous.
God, I do love it. It is. It's beautiful. Hey, B. Ogden, do you have your list? Are you checking it twice?
You know what? I don't even think we need a list today.
Okay. I'm just following your lead because you are more well informed than I am. Hey, Quirky Carlotta. And gosh, I think I'm very happy about that. Hey, Muffin Mouse, how are you? So Flo, it's 71 where you are. Damn. What's the temperature where you are, Perla?
It's
Roughly.
59 where I am.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, we
Oh,
had the cold front too. I think she may be farther south.
yeah, I think she's way, 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 way south.
Yes.
Hey, Heather B. Beachy. And Quirky Carlotta says 59 there. And I think she's in Australia, I believe, where it is spring or
Right.
summer.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I get
Fairy
all that
Meadows 39.
confused. The whole thing of losing a day and then gaining a day, and
I can't even keep track of the 7 that we're supposed to have. Never
I
mind.
thank you.
Never
Thank you.
mind when I'm losing them. I'm behind, and then I've added some random day somewhere.
Yep.
And oh God.
Right. Right.
Okay, Okeechobee, Florida is 50. Burr.
Oh
That's yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Now that is cool for there.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's what he said. Well, it was a little more than that, but yes. But what he was saying was that I personally was mean to him. And I think no matter what you think of me, anybody who's ever watched Mike Stevens interact on this channel knows that I gave him so much. He basically had free reign to
Oh
just
yes.
so
Yes.
save that shit. I don't want to hear it. And
Yes.
that's where I was like, I'm done. Fuck him.
We're all done with him.
Yeah, we're done. Woo, Marbella, 29. Burr. Hey, Steven the reseller, how are you? Hi, nonsense. Yes, the pink is only temporary. Hey, Rachel Wolf. Hey, Celia. Well, my suggestion, whenever somebody says, how do you like my grandmother, God bless her, she would always, there was a couple things like she never understood ripped jeans, buying jeans ripped, or even wearing them ripped. Like that
I
bothered
don't
her
either.
very much.
It's just no.
But the heels, oh my God, she would actually like usually have an intake of breath and say, oh, you're gonna break your ankle.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, typically when somebody says, how do you walk in those? I practice. I came out of the womb wearing them.
Huh?
I came out of the womb wearing them. So I
Apparently
was,
so.
if you asked my mother, she would definitely back me up on that one. Yeah, I'm concurring with that thought. Oh my God. I mean, that shit was getting real deep. Real deep. 10 minutes, about 10 minutes into the actual meat of the thing, I was like out. out. It's
Yeah,
absurd.
right.
It's like, dude, you need a fucking reality check.
Big time.
Heartland, honey. How are you? Oh my God. True Texan, I am not highlighting that.
Do
Hey,
tell.
not so dumb blonde. Hi, Zen. Zen and I are tentatively shooting for next week. So
Oh, that's
we'll,
awesome. I can't
yeah,
wait.
yeah, I think it'll be fun.
I do.
Hey, hippie, how are you? Ducking Fox. Hi, Grandma Sherry, how are you? B. Tim, do I have a binder? I do not have a binder, but I have a dossier of dastardly deeds.
Oh, yes.
And I have a larger dossier too. That's just, takes up too much room on the little tray I use on my couch as a coffee
Right.
table. Hey, literally Davis fam.
Yeah, you really need to move the skull. Okay, I got some issues with this. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I actually forgot the damn thing was even there.
How could you forget? You're defiling cocoa.
Oh,
I mean, seriously.
it's very McQueen. Hey,
It is.
runaway
It
truth.
is.
And I actually
Very
bought
much.
that at Halloween time from Home Goods, and I was like, I'm keeping it up all year.
I love it.
Hey, Queen Bella. Scorpio staying in the house. How you doing? We're getting there. VK, sir. Yep, the space buns are back. And they were only slightly easier to do today. I kept this morning, I was like, why are they not doing what they did the other day? Because I put the 2 pigtails in, and then when I took the first one, I just started winding the hair.
Uh-huh.
Well, you have to turn the hair and then wind it, and then you just pull it. I mean, that's how I do it. I'm sure I don't do
Right.
it the way it's supposed to be done, but once I had that revelation after, the first 17 tries,
Right.
it went much smoother. Hi, Jen. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, the only time you see the space buns is when I'm getting real close to the hairdresser, and it's
Yes. Salon day.
yeah, when we start getting close, it gets, yeah, these become my go-to.
Absolutely.
Hey, the good Tiffany. Jiggy. Ooh, that's a new name, I think. Hi, welcome. Burr, 44 in Georgia. Yeah, that's cold. Florida's got that. I'm telling you, even when you know what I'm talking about, even the temperature here, when it does drop,
It's still not dropped.
it's the damp. That's what it is. It's the dampness
It
of it.
is. It's always damp.
Yep.
And the dehumidifier is like on steroids, If I bother with it, that thing's too much trouble.
Oh, hi, Runaway Truth. I would encourage everybody to read that. I'm not going to read it out loud. The Runaway Truth, the
Oh, okay.
comment in the chat. Hi, Celia. Bama G, good afternoon. Lindsay Cummins. Amy M. Oh, yes, ma'am. I did see that there was a certain channel reviewing just that very thing we were just talking about. Hi, Beth. Hey, Kit, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. All right, we are there. I still don't understand the shadow ban. Grandma Sherry actually started to explain it to me. And
So
even though
what?
I didn't have a complete grasp on it, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. And of course I was
Oh, kind of
like,
like
well, it
me.
wasn't my panel. I don't want to monopolize somebody's panel with a damn teach crimes and fashion
A
what the hell
teaching moment.
shadow ban is.
Yes, a teaching moment.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. So, feel free to go ahead and
All right.
start. Let's get this party started. Hi,
Yeah.
Natalie Tallulah. Okay.
I want to set. I want to be very clear about domestic violence. Let me say something to you, ladies and gentlemen. You make a plan. 1-800 hotline. If someone can put the DV link in the chat.
I will look for that as well while you are talking.
Mm.
And you want to give a little backstory?
Yes, I'm going to give a background to this.
Okay.
This morning, our infamous Bets was giving advice about leaving in a DV situation. I do not want one person to listen to that. I have training in this. I have had patients who have suffered DV. I've had a couple of patients that I have lost who did not have a plan. I want it to be very clear. You do not just leave.
I'm gonna mute for a minute while I type this in the.
Go ahead. You stay. You have a plan. And on this website, there is a place to set up your own personal plan. And in the event you need to, in the top right corner, there is an X, which will exit you out of all of that shows that you are looking at DV. I want everyone who might be or could be in the future or know someone to check this website out. It is imperative that you go by the steps. Do not listen to some layperson who will get you killed. It's very important that you follow the instructions. There is chat, there is call, there is all kinds of resources on there, local also, that you have access to. Please, 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 never listen to a layperson, especially that layperson.
I was gonna say
who is the last person you want to listen to about DV.
Yeah, because she's usually the one dishing it out, right?
Exactly.
If her record,
yes,
yeah, that's what I see. That she's usually the giver, not the receiver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Her advice is dangerous. It is very dangerous. So I implore everyone in the chat to check this out. You could know someone, you could meet someone.
Look at all the people in the chat that are either currently dealing real life with this or have just gotten out of a
there you go.
situation. I mean, there's several people. I'm not going to highlight those comments because I don't think I need to, but it's yes. This is something that's very prominent in this community.
Yes, right there. Right there is your proof. You don't listen to someone like her who will get you killed or unalive, whatever the word.
And
damn you for your censorship.
Do we have a timestamp of, let me guess, was
it's toward the end,
Bullhorn Rages
or
part.
middle? I don't know. I was watching live, so you can't exactly go by. Oh, I know when it was. It was toward the end when she was finally talking about her quote unquote case, the young lady Jamila. So if you'll go toward that,
Yeah, because I haven't heard it, so I'm curious.
I would like for everyone to
Okay.
hear
And do you know
what
what
not
just
to
came to
do.
my mind?
Yes.
When I said Bullhorn Rages.
Yes, you had
My
no idea.
goodness, the movie Raging Bull. Who knew? Who knew that we would
Yeah.
ever associate an Academy Award winning actor and a fantastic classic movie about a pugilist?
Yes.
Not the boxer, and not the dog.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, when I'd never thought of it until I just said Bullhorn Rages. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yes.
All right, let me see if I can find her.
Yeah, if you go in.
All right, let's see.
When she's talking about that young lady who is missing, by the way, everyone. I can't remember where she is. I want to say in the South somewhere.
Yeah, that okay. Oh wow, she's pretty.
She's beautiful.
I don't get any information at all from this idiotic hag, so I'm
No,
I didn't know
nor do I.
anything. Oh, look at Bets. Betty, girl, I am so glad
tell the story. Do you know the story?
Oh, Jesus. Betty, we take one step forward and 27 steps back. I'm glad to see that she's not wearing her stretched out, plastic beaded cachet tops circa
But today's not court.
89. And that color actually doesn't look too bad on her. But I guess I could always share the screen. As always, I'm confused. I am confused as to why
she thought today was court.
Yeah, I get it, but what the hell does that have to do with this tidal wave thing going on up here with like
Oh, I know.
Like the hair. Betty, I think you should put the braids back in and never take them out.
George Washington. Who said that? No.
What?
Ben Franklin. Who said that?
Oh God. Yeah, she thought, oh my goodness. I need to send you something.
Okay.
Just some screenshots. I'm not going to share them at the moment just because I don't want to take the chance of.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
All right, so let's see. Can you tell based on where I am how much?
Okay, so you're going to go through this part, I believe.
Okay.
And right there. See if it's there.
Okay. Oh wait, she's muted.
Turns to it. I think we have a lot to learn from it. And so we've been really diving in. Now, granted, I haven't put my boots on the grounds in Kentucky.
Go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It must be someplace in between.
You think go before
yeah,
all
go
that
back.
tech?
Yeah, definitely go back.
She hasn't put her boots on the ground.
Right.
Or even one boot on the ground. How about your flip-flop?
I guess. Yes. Just right there. Just start right there and see what we got. Okay. It probably wouldn't hurt for people to know about her.
I will tell you, when it comes to your children's well-being, let me just give you a little bit of advice.
You think it's
right
back
there
a little further or right? Oh,
just
look
a little
at that.
bit further.
Further back?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, we're at 119. So let me try like maybe
right
there. Try right there.
Sports. Well, we've got them ourselves. They were brought in. They were sent to me by. Yep, we've got them. Pretty disturbing stuff. We're going to be going through them, so stick around.
Keep going?
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, education, and research. Fair use is a use which might otherwise be prohibited by copyright statute. Damn, it's going to be a good day. I didn't even flub it once.
Fair Act. Fair Act.
All right, here we go. Carrying on.
Stick around. Let me go back to my video. My computer's going so slow.
Oh, I know. You always have tech problems.
Got so much stuff open.
I know.
Pattern of domestic violence Incidents include physical assaults, verbal altercations, a shooting, and property damage.
She would call me upset. We would see her with bruises. It was just very obvious.
Since we are playing this, could one of the mods, if there's anything that we can put in the chat as far as to help out with anybody who might have any information about this, feel free to do so.
Yes, it was.
So I also want to say to anybody that is suffering from domestic violence, if somebody can throw the domestic violence hotline up.
Make the disclaimer one more time in case somebody's just coming in right now. Go ahead and tell everybody one more time about that. They should not listen to this idiot.
No. This is dangerous. The advice that you're going to get, there is no, nothing said of a plan that I heard. In my opinion, you do what I said. You go, they finally put a link to the DV, but at the end of the day, that should have been discussed about having a plan, having someone an advocate, if at all possible, getting all the resources together before you do anything. Carry on.
And you are speaking
I'm speaking of the person who is
professional capacity.
Yeah, and I am speaking from a professional capacity who has had extensive training, who has had patience. Trust me. This is.
I do.
Please go to the hotline, everyone. You never know.
Yep, that's why it's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most dangerous time is leaving, but I beg to say it's staying.
No, she's wrong. It is not staying. It is leave. Oh,
yeah, I mean, I have always heard that. Isn't it the first? How many? Days. Isn't it the first several days?
The first 48 are usually the most. Now, the research is go by that. They say 24. I say the first few days. Okay. Yeah, only because of what my experience is. But you go by what is on the website. Okay.
What you don't go by is
you do go by and don't go by her. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, because as we said before, she's usually doling out the domestic violence. Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I think staying is more detrimental to a human being than trying to leave.
Well, who fucking cares what you think? That's my first response. You are as with all your other pretend careers and jobs, you are not trained in this. And
no.
If that's what she chose for herself, I mean, I've only seen actual court filings where she's been dishing it out not on the receiving
and she has
end.
no children. She is not a mother.
And God, thank you, Jesus. But even if she was at one time, she's been a victim of everything else. So why not that?
Yes.
Even if that was true, just because that is what she chose for herself, that who cares? Like, see, this is one of the things that makes me bonkers about her. Is she just this sanctimonious? She's a fucking loser, and this sanctimonious, like, if you don't do it Betty's way, there's something wrong with you.
Exactly. Oh, there'll be something wrong if you just go by the website.
Yeah, exactly. Go with what the professionals who are trained.
Thank you. And they have more training than I do, clearly.
And their lanyards probably match their outfits. And they actually probably have use for the lanyard.
And they have, yes.
If as hard as it is to talk about, if they're going to unalive you leaving, they're going to eventually unalive you staying. You have a better chance of getting out if you are suffering.
Not true.
I don't know about you, but even if I have personal experience with something, I am going to err on the side of the most extreme caution. And I
Mm-hmm.
am not going to be telling people
No.
how,
Every situation is different.
yeah.
And these people are trained. They actually have a link to set up your own safety plan, how to get, when you have children, what to do. I mean, getting documents together. There's all kinds of things you have to do. You don't just leave.
And much like anything in life, whatever it is, those who are prepared, planned for, and educated in
Yes.
whatever it may be are going to have quite typically a better outcome
Yes.
than those who don't. Kind of like this one who
Yep.
says because she tells you she's a legal professional when clearly all you have to
She's
do is
not.
read and get a little, you can peek inside the blinds of that mind.
Mhm.
It, you know,
Yeah.
it's
This is where we're at with this.
yeah, and it's one thing when she's just making, as per the usual, making herself look like the idiot that she is. But
Yes.
but when you start doling out this very life-changing
Life-threatening.
information, yeah, it's
different.
Suffering. And don't think it won't happen to you. There are so many people that said that. It's not going to happen to you. It's not going to happen to me until it does. You don't deserve to be put down. You don't deserve to have pain. Love does not hurt. Is it a struggle? Is it work? Yes, it's all of those
I doubt she's ever loved anything in her life.
No.
Truly.
She
But
can't love an animal.
things. Is it painful? Sometimes emotionally. Physically, it should never. It should never, ever, ever. Thank you, Pebbles. Be painful. Physically painful. Somebody that hurts you does not love you, even if they think they do.
well, that's her role as psychologist, I guess.
That's
And
who she is.
Can be centering.
I don't disagree with what she said. I just
Mm-mm.
that sanctimonious, fucking holier than thou.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does she have more on this, or was that?
I
Should I let
can't
it go?
remember. I think she
I-
just drones on and on about leaving and doing it her way.
Oh, okay.
Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So pretty much you get the gist of that right there.
Yeah, not at all surprising. Yeah.
Thank you
And
everyone for putting everything in the chat. That's very important.
yes, thank you very much. And and to anybody who came in while we were playing that, hello, welcome.
And I did lose. I lost a couple of patients, but I lost one who was leaving. And I did lose one who stayed, but she was making her plan to leave. So that's why it's very important to go by what they do, what they tell you to do. Because
Yeah,
the
because
one who
that's
was
not
planning.
just those organizations that create those
Yes.
plans and guidelines and advice and suggestions and how-tos. That's all based on empirical, statistical
True.
cases.
And the one that did stay, and I lost her because I saw her several times, did not go by the plan.
I mean, let's face it, even if you followed even if you did everything in the best possible way, you still don't know the outcome.
No, because abusers are very, very resourceful, and they are also very observant. And it's my understanding that she must have. Sometimes they tell on themselves. So every situation is different. Every situation. There are millions of women who have gotten out and survived, not
And there's
without,
millions that have not.
right? Right. So do what is best for you. Go to the website, they will help you. There are several resources, and do what you have to do. If you just can't do it, that's okay.
Yeah, see, that's where I that's why I don't believe she actually gives a shit about anybody or anything.
No, no.
Everything is an opportunity for her. This is an
Yes.
opportunity for her to push. I'm right. I know.
And
But
her
do this, do that.
her personal crap. Exactly. I mean, you know, I don't care. She was the perpetrator more than once. So,
Yes, and if anybody doesn't, believe that or know about that, well, please, I wouldn't waste my time putting
mm-mm.
it up because it's old news. But please, if you question that, avail yourself of the clerk of the court's website, because where we are in Florida, I don't think there's really a county in Florida that you can't get instant access to
Mm-hmm.
any court, anything that's got a case number,
Yep.
and the associating docket entries, or supporting documents.
One of the
And
only things would be grape. That would be one of the only things you can't get access to.
oh yes, there are definitely things that
Yeah.
juveniles.
Juvies. Yeah.
Yes, I shouldn't have said
No, no, no,
anything.
no, no.
But
Because
most
I
things
just happened to think of
are,
that too.
most things are easily obtained.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It is. And if
everyone
not, there are
knows.
several channels that have done the, you
Yes,
know.
yes. As a matter of fact, I saw No Wire Hangers uploaded something.
Oh,
Boy,
yes.
they've been knocking it out of the park lately.
Yes, they have.
And I'm just gonna find that while we're talking about this wretched cow, raging bull.
Raging Bull.
Raging bull, raging bullhorn. Let's see.
Yep, yep.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, well, it would help if I searched on YouTube and not Google. No Wire
I do that a lot
Hangers.
too.
Was it
Although,
I think
although
was it just
YouTube
a
does come up.
posting? Was it a posting, or was it a
Uh,
video?
it may be a posting.
I thought it was too. Let me go right into the. Ooh, damn. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, here it is.
Yes.
Let me pull all of it up.
Fair use. I don't know if that even applies to a posting, but whatever.
Why is it not? Oh, there we go. Yeah, and we're just gonna show the post. And if somebody could put No Wire Hangers link in the chat, I would appreciate that. Can you see it okay? I know sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to. All right, here was the first page, which that's just you can't even wait. Let me see if that makes it. No, that's not.
Yeah, you can click on it and it'll.
Yeah, usually on a device. See, I'm on a.
Oh yeah, see,
I'm
you're
on a
on, yeah.
desktop. But here, as long as you can see it here. Oh, actually, I could pull it up. No, I don't think it cuts off much here.
No, you get the
And for
gist
the
of it.
benefit of anyone that is listening, I never thought of this until the other day, and I'm so glad that I was reading the comments.
Mhm.
Oh, it was Infamous Truth Tellers video. As I was
Yes.
reading the comments, I saw several people commented and said, for those of us that are like, oh, I don't know, maybe working and listening on the down low, but people can't always look at the screen, and
Yeah.
I did find it difficult to stop it and blow it up to read it. So, just for the benefit of anyone who who is listening right now but really can't stop and look at the screen, this is from about 17 hours ago. Betty, here's. Oh, okay. So the first screenshot is Raging Bullhorn, and it says, and hey, moron, I've told you before, you don't start a sentence with and, except for very limited cases. As a journalist and a member of the media, I would think you would know that. But be that as it may, yeah, not right. But anyway, this is Betty, so I wouldn't expect less. And I find it funny. You cannot find one example where I have been charged with trespassing. You have no receipts for the allegations you are claiming here in as 2 words. Hey, fucking Miss Legal Eagle, member of the media. It's 1 word, herein. Oh, she didn't use a comma, so put a point on the board. We'll take 1 point off. Put 1 point on the board for a comma, because we probably will not see one for the rest of this rant.
No, it's all going to be negative.
And that's what makes it misinformation. You listen to what other people say. Oh, another comma. And you take it is true. Or if you're fluent and literate, you would say, take it as truth. But in the way Betty writes,
Right.
Take it is true. Okay, very awkward. Without one, now here's something she does a lot, and I'm fascinated by this. Without 1 cent.
Should be scintilla.
I have heard her. Are you kidding me? You think she knows what scintilla is? You and I might think that I have seen her use this monetary reference to when she's speaking about something like this, instead of using the proper quantifier that you and I and most other people would make, like
iota.
You would, yes, iota, 1 bit,
not Yoda,
scintilla,
but iota.
But it's not the first time I've seen her do this. Without 1 cent of receipts. And here you go saying these things. I have protested in front of monsters. Oh, Betty, we're going to have to take one of those points back that I gave you for the earlier comma, because this one, no, we don't need to separate monsters. Oh, God. In front of monsters. And Betty, there should be an apostrophe between the R and the S to indicate possession. So take the other comma point away. So now we're back on the board with 0 for the punctuation game. In front of monsters' homes. Something, 3 times. That's it. By the way, Bets, just because I know clearly this is difficult for you, any number under 10, it is totally permissible to use the numerical number. Anything over 10, you are supposed to spell out.
Yes.
I would think she would know that as a journalist and a member of the media, but, that's just me. It does not justify 2 years of being bullied every single day. Well, what you did was not protesting. You are no Rosa Parks, as I've told you before. And you do not get to determine how long people, you see, just kind of like I said to Dolly one time, if you want people to stop speaking about your past transgressions, well, there's 2 ways to make that happen. Number 1, don't do it again. Number 2, acknowledge and apologize for your past egregious behavior. Then maybe people will start to move on from it. But like the immature, obstinate middle schooler that you appear to be, you just dig your heels in more. So you don't get to determine how long everyone else personally feels about what you did. And I don't see anybody bullying you. I see you bullying a lot of other people. That's just me.
You talk about Betty?
Yes, Betty.
Okay.
Betty thinks that anything. Well, now what? Well, that's interesting. Why is? Oh, uh, well, look at this. No wire hangers posted. Griffin was issued a no trespass warning on July 13th of 07 to stay away from her boyfriend's house. I'm just shocked she had a boyfriend. On 8 something, she chose to enter the property banging on his back door. She admitted to knowing she was, and I know it says not supposed to be there because I read it earlier on my phone. Let me see if I can get, I don't know, why is that taking, oh, and look at that, a handy dandy redacted copy of the
With
police
yes.
report. Let's just see what this says. The listed defendant, Andrew Griffin, went to the above listed residence. Let me make sure we're well cleared of the address. I think we are, of whoever this poor unfortunate
Yeah, I think she
bastard
was.
Yes, Andrew Griffin went to the above listed residence and entered the rear fenced in yard and was banging on the back door in an attempt to contact her boyfriend. I'm assuming that's his name. Griffin was given a trespass warning. There's a citation number. I confirmed this trespass warning was MSO teletype unit. Not sure what that means. Post Miranda. Oh my goodness, we had Miranda involved. Post Miranda. Griffin said that she was in the yard and entered the covered porch to knock on the door. She also said that she knew that she was trespassed from the property and should not be there. Oh my goodness. Betty, in the law, I do believe that's what we would refer to as a statement that goes against interests.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a hack top-notch jailhouse lawyer like she is, but you know, I do okay. Person's name that I'm not going to read also said that he saw those on the porch, saw her on the porch banging on the door and called 911. I bet he did. Poor bastard. Okay, and I think that was it. See, this is another thing that makes people crazy about her is the fact that she will, in a quite delusional fashion, she will be a liar, pants on fire, and she will sit frothing at the mouth and screaming for all the world to hear that she hasn't had any law enforcement in her, what's the word she uses? Not engagement, but something like that.
Yeah.
In 20 years.
Yeah.
When everybody and their brother can just go to the docket and see that, I believe 2017, there was, law enforcement. Well, they weren't coming over for a cocktail party. I know that. It's, Cambry, yes, ma'am. It's a scent of a receipt. Kind of like scent of a angry woman. Yes. Scent of raging bull. Hey, heels. Oh my God.
It's just too much.
Hi, Glory. Ducking fox. It's just crazy. I don't know how, like, what's going on upstairs when you will stare dead into a camera and you will aggressively deny, call people liars, when you know damn
Gaslighting.
well it's at the push of a button. What is that? What it seems to
Called
be a
gaslighting.
lifestyle with her.
Yeah. I mean, help me. Jesus, take the wheel.
No, he said, I'm busy.
Yeah,
I ain't driving that one. Nope.
He
I'm
said, no,
already
this was
listen,
going off the
clearly
rails.
Clearly I flubbed it the first time around. I got other things I'm attending to. I'll deal with that when I don't have a choice.
Uh-huh.
Hi, True Jedi. Oh, well, True Jedi, listen, I'm not sure why that made such a damn impression on me when I was Oh, well, I guess it was because I was so fascinated by Infamous Truth Teller's video. And even though I could stop and blow it up and read it, it was still very difficult. So when I read those comments, I was like, no, damn, that I'm going to remember that because that's a really legit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Plus, I just like to put my own dramatic spin on it.
Absolutely. We all do.
Hey,
because
Brianna.
all you can do is a dramatic spin.
Uh-huh. So when is the actual court day? Would that be tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
Stitching, bitching, and true crime. How are you? Slim Jim, did I say hi to you? Delicate Titanium, how are you? Little Minx. Oh, I love that name. How are you? Okay, I hope I got everybody that came in while we were playing. Oh, skip to my Lou. Well, I'm fairly certain. Listen, we got rid of the one person who doesn't feel that exact way in this chat.
By the grace of God.
Yes, and it was
Peace
only
be with
after
us.
it was only after much torture for all of the chat. Yeah, I don't need an echo chamber, but I also need Sanityville. Like we gotta be in reality. Everybody in the room needs to be in the same galaxy.
Exactly. Exactly. And this morning was the same song, second verse. Her diatribe also about the young lady that she's threatening.
Is that still going on?
Oh yeah, and SF.
Hi, Mandy.
I mean, it just, she, yeah.
Tell me, did she get a third strike on the main channel? I saw a lot of that chatter yesterday.
That's the assumption. And I was listening to a creator yesterday who said that she's saying her strike is 10 days. They are saying it's 90. Now, we can
my goodness.
Oh, and the crying and the moaning about not having money for Christmas is all their fault.
That's too bad her check for this month won't hit until, my understanding is, into January.
Yes. And it's still, QB's fault and intimating JLR. I really was, it was the whole everybody has done this to me thing.
Yeah, that's a lifestyle for Betty.
Yes.
It's been a lifestyle, quite obviously.
Yes. And it was a gang up on her. Everybody's they're in cahoots together.
I'm sending you something right now.
Okay.
These are I meant to send it yesterday. It's just 2 screenshots.
Okay.
That someone sent me, and you know who you are, and thank you so much. And I'm just going to put something below this one. That's already been requested. And
Mm-hmm.
oh goodness, will that one be fun? But I guess it takes just a
Oh,
minute to get that one done. But
I
yeah.
heard about this,
Oh, you did?
but
Okay,
didn't
good.
know, it to be a truth.
Oh, yeah, well, it
And
certainly,
it was,
based on those pictures, it sure looks like it is.
yes. Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, she definitely seems to be
Yeah. And going to
certainly.
use that.
Do you know what I heard? I actually heard that that is also a strategy that has been
Yes.
used in the past.
Oh,
Sorry, kids. I know we're kind of talking in code here. I'm sure most of you already know what it is. I am not going to say anything about it because I don't want to tip anybody's.
no.
Yeah. So, but it's. I certainly was not the first one to get that. I am certain. It's it's making the rounds, and
Mm-hmm.
oh, I can't wait for the second part.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to see. So okay, so are we caught up on
We're caught up on
Mad
that.
Cow,
Yeah.
Raging Bull? Oh my goodness, look at that. You know,
It's so
when I
apropos.
said Mad Cow the other day, I hadn't thought of the Raging Bull reference, but it's so nice how they both just work together so nicely.
Oh, absolutely.
And mad cow
Absolutely.
was a vicious, horrible disease back in, when was that? Was that the 90s?
It was.
Late
And then
80s?
it came back. No, it has come back not that long ago.
High revival.
Um,
Oh, that's right. I do remember hearing just a
yes,
small,
yes, not that long ago. So
um,
it is an issue. It's a real thing.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, we see it every morning. I just, I just didn't know that it had blonde hair. I didn't know that,
absolutely, it is
except,
a
you know,
real thing.
the horse's hide is much more healthy
Uh,
and shiny, but be that as it may.
yes, yes.
Um,
No, it's yeah, it was for real. I
and
mean, damn.
where do where does it stand with the last thing that I saw related to SF?
Mhm.
Oh my God, we have to read that. That is
Yeah,
epic.
please do.
That is
Please.
so epic. And I am reading it because I didn't see it until yesterday. So,
Well,
okay,
it ties in this discussion.
let me think where, because I don't have Twitter. Um,
I don't either.
didn't someone posted it? It might have been No Wire Hangers. Let me see since I've already got the window open.
Yeah,
But somebody posted, I'm sure several people did.
I think that
They
No Wire
were,
Hangers did too.
okay, here we go. I think this is it. Oh, it is perfect. Oh, that's right.
Excellent.
My other little bird sent me
Yeah.
screenshots, but this will work because these are actually in order. You know how sometimes uh, your device will send things, even when you send things in order,
Yes, they
they'll
don't come in order.
oftentimes show up out of order. So yet
Yeah.
again, from No Wire Hangers, y'all, I cannot. I'm going to lay this link down one more time. Shit. Just give me 1 second because you can't do it from. You've got to do it from the an actual video. So
Oh,
we'll
okay.
just use this one. We'll use the book. Oh my God, did you see Headstones and Headlines video this morning?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh boy, she's got Betty. It says, the title says something about this video may make you dizzy. And she's got Betty clipped in her background, and she's imposed Betty on a vinyl, and it just spins the entire time. And in the background is at first I thought it was very faint at first, and I was like, oh my God, is that freaking Dead or Alive singing You Spin Me Right Round? Because hello, that was my anthem in high school. I
Oh, yes.
loved that song, but it wasn't that, but it's a song that it's like, it must be part of the, you know, catalog of music you can use. And it's
Yes.
something about similar, but you spin me round, right
Oh,
round, right
yeah,
round, baby,
right round,
round.
right round. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
epic. And
Right round. Yeah.
she clipped the part of the Raging Bull from, I did a little bit of commentary on it on Saturday, but it was that video and I hadn't seen it.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there watching it, not even halfway through my first cup of coffee, and I'm like, it is early for the Mad Cow Raging Bull. But I can't look away. It's like,
It's like watching a car wreck. You just can't look away.
oh, okay. So I just laid down no wire hangers. That is actually for the latest video. But what we're going to look at is the post as it relates to. I'm going to put Emmys down too because that was pretty damn good this morning. Let me do that before I forget, because you know I will.
Yes.
Hold on, I gotta open up another YouTube. Yeah, I think Bets's best days are behind her, you know.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah, I think they were, you know, from probably the 4th grade is the last good day she had. Okay, this is the link for Headstones and Headlines' latest video about it's a clip of one of Betty's rages, but the way she did it was quite entertaining. And it's the good part, as if there's such a thing where it relates to her. Okay. Have I presented? No, let me present this so I don't lose. Then I can full screen it. Share screen. Oh, damn it. Sorry. I've got to go to I want the community post. I had to go there.
Oh, yes.
Share okay, here is, for anyone who's not aware yet, this is from yesterday, No Wire Hangers community post. SF investigates, fills Betty in once again. Today they filed a TOS blackmail complaint. That would be strike 2. Now, I have said for days, with all of what I've seen her, just the vitriol and the venom that she is going at that girl.
Yes.
And only an epic moron would memorialize what, to me, in my layperson opinion and understanding of what extortion / blackmail is, it looked very much like extortion to me.
Can I say this? I did white collar crime.
Oh,
Know
tell
it.
me more. What?
Know it. If it's not blatantly, it is being intimated.
Yeah, it was pretty damn blatant to me.
Yeah. But that's in my opinion from my legal background.
Mm-hmm.
That is not legal advice.
No, and nor is it a legal determination. But
exactly.
But you know, the very for fun, let's just read the Google definition of extortion. I know what it is, but we're going to get it right from the source.
Yes, let's.
All right, extortion. We'll just share the screen. Oh no, because then I've got to stop that one. All right. Extortion is the crime of obtaining something from someone, especially money, by using force or threats. No, that's here. Oh, 4 types of extortion. Oh, that's California Penal Code. I don't want to use that.
No, because they let anything go.
The meaning of extortion is the act or practice of extorting, especially money or other property, especially the offense, practice of obtaining benefit, money or goods through coercion.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when you tell someone that you quote better remove those strikes that, by the way, YouTube would it now I could be wrong about this, but because I've never struck anyone and I've never been struck, but I would think that YouTube would be the only entity that could quote remove strikes, or is that not correct?
I
If you
would
know,
assume, did someone in chat know?
I bet somebody does. But at any rate, until we find that answer out, whatever that answer is, it that is has no bearing on what I was going to say about extortion. When you are threatening someone that they better do or stop doing what you want them to, just because you then finish a tirade with a sentence that says, and I will do it lawfully.
No, that's
You're
not.
still threatening. And that to me looks like extortion. That is not a legal determination. That is the
An
closest
opinion.
word I can find to. Okay, Fairy Meadows, this is what I figured, says YouTube is the only one who can remove a strike. Well, I would think so, since they're the one who, upon notification by the owner of the copyrighted material, or whatever the case may be, I can strike everybody in this chat all day if I want to, but I'm not the one who actually levies the penalty. So
that's yes, and that makes sense because it's YouTube who decides by their terms of service, is it right, is it wrong?
Yes. So it is, I was not, and I knew nothing when I spoke on Saturday. I didn't know a thing about that girl. I had not seen this post yet, but obviously my deductive reasoning would tell me that if she was friends with Layla, she is more than likely in her age demographic.
Exactly.
So it was no surprise to me that Betty, Betty likes to punch down, which, in Betty's case, to punch down, well, pretty much you're going to have to find someone that's a child. Because nobody her own age is, anyway.
And, Duchess did, she interviewed the father and the stepmother, and
I love her.
I do too. So I do too.
She's a really nice lady.
Yeah. And I am.
And for anybody who doesn't know, that's Duchess Discussions, colloquially known as Dutchie.
Yes.
I'm going to put her.
She's not only beautiful, she is the sweetest, softest voice. I mean, every time I try not to listen to her lives at night.
And she very much, I think her whole channel focuses on the missing.
Yes. Pretty much, yes.
She is fantastic about, oh my God, look at her. God, she looks fantastic.
I know.
She very much focuses on doing knick-knack. What do they call that? Is it
knick-knack and Namus and all that? Yes.
Okay, I think this is, let me see. I want to put the latest. Oh, okay. Here's the one about Layla. So we'll just put the link. I'm going to put the link directly to this video about Layla in the chat. Hi, wishful thinking. Okay, there we go. Okay, and wishful thinking said the same thing. YouTube is that is how dense that stupid bitch is. Like,
Yeah.
I have never struck anyone. I've never been struck. But even I don't have to be to figure out that the most likely cases, YouTube doesn't allow the creators to, well, because of, people like Betty. This would become, it wouldn't be called YouTube, it would be called Betty Tube. Betty and Company
Yeah.
Tube. Because every time someone said something you didn't like, you would just do away with their channel.
Yeah.
So it's not at all surprising to hear that. Yes, you can report someone for a violation, but it's out of your hands at that point.
And I thought a strike was for 30 days anyway.
I don't think so. I think that's definitely not the first one. My understanding, and I know there's different kinds.
Oh, wait. She filed a copyright strike.
Twice, because the stupid bitch got a
Yes, and
strike, and that wasn't
yes.
enough. So she immediately put it back up again, because in Betty's world, Betty does what Betty wants.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
bitch, you don't control YouTube, much as you'd like to think you do. You can't
Right.
even control your hair. Like, forget about everything else you think you're qualified to take care
But
of.
isn't a copyright strike a 30-day?
That I do not know. I know that the penalties and the remedies are different. Whether it is a community guideline strike is one thing, copyright
Right.
strike is another. There's terms of service violations. And I couldn't tell you what.
Right. I don't know either. I don't have a channel, don't want one. So,
The only thing I know for certain is that one of the three I just mentioned, your first time out of the gate, you get a little, don't do that again. Then the punishment becomes greater.
Right. I don't know if she's been struck before, so I can't believe she hasn't.
Hi, Southern Princess. According to YouTube, you can get in touch with the claimant directly and ask for a retraction. Okay, so.
But not a threat.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't get to issue an edict, which is what Betty does.
Yes.
Okay, but I don't want to get too bogged down in all that, because
we don't care
ultimately
about that
I don't have any skin in that game, besides the fact that I would love to see her channel go bye-bye, but there's nothing I'm going to do that's going to make that happen. So
no.
All right, so here is, I'm going to read the post.
Oh, is this new?
What?
I haven't seen this one yet.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, this is phenomenal. Okay, this is it. Let's see. All right, No Wire Hangers put this up. Or actually, it looks like the original date was the 9th.
Okay.
And here are the screenshots.
Okay.
From SF Investigates to Raging Bull Mad Cow Betty. Your astounding ignorance and blatant incompetence are on full display. Kira is categorically not a suspect in any criminal investigation. I need my glasses. Your groundless assertions only highlight your abysmal lack of insight and non-existent ties to law enforcement. Oh, Mr. SF, you're a bit of a wordsmith yourself.
He is he not?
Oh, I love that. Your illicitly posted video, which was justifiably twice taken down, doesn't depict Kira as a suspect. This would be immediately clear to... Oh, shit. I might have to go to my phone. Yeah, see, I thought they were in, or, well, you know what? She probably just posted a portion of, I don't know that this was the next one. Oh, here we go.
No, moreover, there it is.
Moreover, your slanderous campaign against Layla's father and stepmother is driven by dubious motives on behalf of your client. How do you have a client when? Okay. Jen, as revealed in your emails, it's appalling that your client, despite claiming to represent Layla's interests, never filed a missing persons report. George, Layla's father, had to step in despite living in New Jersey. Your client's reluctance, fueled by her legal maneuvers to strip Layla of her parental rights, uncovers her actual agenda. We're not commenting on that because we know nothing.
We don't know about that.
We're
Right,
just
right.
reading it from the document.
Yes.
Your collaboration in this charade marks you as a true predator, preying on the pain and suffering of others. Huh. Yeah, I'd say she resembles that.
Yep.
One day, your conscience. Oh,
he gives her too much credit.
Yeah, I was going to say she doesn't have one.
Yep.
One day, your conscience might finally confront you with the damage you've wrought. Oh, highly doubtful.
Yeah. Right.
Your destructive, self-centered actions could be less embarrassing if you dedicated less time to white supremacy rallies and more to understanding the actual facts. Regarding your baseless allegations about my collaboration with other content creators, let me clarify. I publicly acknowledge my support and help I provided Kira concerning copyright issues, since the stolen video that you edited and played out of context involved me and law enforcement. I have never had any dealings with Queen Bee, who you falsely accused me of conspiring with. I wonder if
I love it.
I wonder if the fillings in her teeth told her that. Or maybe tinfoil hat, maybe. Let me be crystal clear. It is me that is assisting Kira in the efforts against you, including the terms of service blackmail complaint filed against you today. And what we hope is the third and final death strike to your channel of hate. SF Investigates, you have just made Crimes and Fashions gift card list. Congratulations. These efforts are focused on reducing the harm you inflict and striving to eradicate your malignant influence from it cut off. And then it just says, enjoy your weekend, Bullhorn Betty, if that's even possible for someone as deluded as you.
I love this guy.
Yeah. Yep. That's a mic drop, folks.
Mic drop.
That is a mic drop. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Nope.
And I know nothing. You know what I know about him? I know that he was in contact with, and I believe still quite friendly with Kylie Rodney's grandfather. I know that Betty hates him, which quite naturally, just right out of the gate, endears him to me. Just for that simple reason alone, that tells me that he's obviously successful and smart. And we know Betty cannot abide that, whether male or female.
No, absolutely not.
Betty should spend less time on YouTube and more time reading that fucking book she's been reading for 2 decades. Yeah. Betty, you might want to get, like, there's probably an updated version, a new edition.
I love it.
Yeah, maybe they could direct you to some websites that are not, it's just, I mean, it's just staggering.
It is.
You keep your eyes open, folks, because you are watching the live, real-time unraveling of Raging Bull, Mad Cow, Betty.
Yeah.
It is happening. Have no fear.
I've
always known she'd fix her own wagon, and she's already got 2 of the wheels have come off, and she is She is flying down the slope on
Yep.
2 greased wheels.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, you always said she'd be her own undoing.
I think most people, I mean, and listen, I understand why she's fighting like hell to hold on to this gig,
Mhm.
because it'll never, this is her peak
Yep.
in her life, is her YouTube channel, and her pathetic as that is, her presence. Yeah, she peaked. This is it. It's downhill.
This is
from
it.
there. Yeah,
This is it.
and none of this had to happen. None
Nope.
of this had to happen. She could have
Nope.
done, if she had done what she likes to scream at you in your face while, you can just practically see spit flying out of her mouth. She's so mad.
Oh yeah.
She didn't need
She's
to attack.
seething.
She didn't need to attack SF Investigates. None of that
No.
shit. Do you think he would have ever found her?
No, and he would have look. First of all, the post that he made, she doesn't understand most of the words. Okay.
Oh no. And if her
So
very life depended on it, she couldn't bang out a post like that. No.
right. So her ability to really get the gist of the insult could be,
And I mean, let's think about this. SF Investigates, headstones and headlines. 2 people who, and most especially in the case of headstones, she has some kind of a bizarre pathological hatred towards her.
yes.
She's
Yes.
never done a fucking thing to her besides review her.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, she pretty much has worn kid gloves while doing it.
Yes.
So what is it up here that inspires that kind of venom? She
Obsessive to the
Yeah.
point of a dangerous obsession.
I think that's what I think that's, yeah, I get the impression she chooses, I mean, had it not been for SF coming along, I would have thought that her most deep-seated hatred was for women, and especially ones who are more accomplished than her,
Right.
which is a whole lot of us. But in light of, I mean, it made me stop and think, did she go after him because that's how is she trying to coattail him? Pull
Well,
sub?
she's so I feel a lot of this is jealousy.
Oh, absolutely.
Pure unadulterated
What else
jealousy.
could it be? What else could it be? Because the 2 people that we just spoke of, they
Yeah.
didn't
They didn't go for her.
in his case, I don't think he would have ever known she was alive had she not started in with him.
No. That is
Didn't-
exactly.
Didn't that predate Layla Santinello's case?
Yes.
Her hatred of him?
Yes. I forget. Or did it? Yeah, it must have, because she talks about, I remember in the beginning she would say, of course, and then she would go back to whatever, Kylie Rodney or something. So
Here's how
she's been obsessed.
Here's how stupid she is. I heard her, and I don't know what live stream this was, but it was hers. And it was clipped somewhere. And I heard her say to Kira, well, I don't think she called her little girl. She called her babe or honey or something that just makes you throw up in your mouth.
Yeah, young lady.
Aileen, she said, well, I know that, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect of, I know Steve is helping you. Well, you're probably going to need his help on a whole lot of things
That
coming your
yes.
way. Well, I'm
Yes.
not going to do it. But that video that you wanted to keep secret so much, well, I have a feeling Bitch, how dumb are you? Do you
Yeah.
not think that YouTube, if it is brought to their attention in the form of a complaint, do you not think somebody's going to lay eyes on that, lay ears on it, and know exactly what you're doing?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
more extortion. It's extortion-ish.
Yes.
And when I say that, I'm going to say for the umpteenth time, I am not making a legal determination because clearly I have no authority to do that. I'm just saying that's what it looks a lot like, sounds a lot like. And just because you tack on some bullshit about how everything you do is legal and law, she never says legal. That's, there is something about, she has got certain turns of phrase that are so awkward and bizarre that I've never really heard
Anywhere else.
other people repeatedly use. And one of them is, instead of saying, and everything I do will be legal, done, within the parameters of what is
The law.
the law. She always says lawful. I do
Yes.
lawfully. It's very strange to me. You just don't hear that turn of phrase that often.
No,
in
you don't.
this.
And lawful has many definitions.
Betty, you can be lawful all day long. You're a shit bag. You're a bag of shit.
Well, lawful could be
Lawfully, of
based
course.
on a
Lawfully, of course.
culture. It could be based upon a culture's laws.
Yeah. Yep. So, hi, Sav. Nurse Bev, how are you? Yeah, her own lack of impulse control will always be her undoing until she figures out what's wrong with her.
She doesn't care.
It'll always be her undoing.
There's nothing wrong with her.
Okay.
Ask her.
Yeah. I don't have to ask her. I just look at her life.
Yeah.
But you know what? I guess she's always got her 3 minutes of fame at the podium at the Manatee County Board of Commissioners meeting.
Well, I swear she's going to run for an office because she keeps talking about getting involved in your community.
Listen.
And he messed up, JLR messed up her ability to do political some.
Yeah, I think I've already stated that the only thing any political campaign would use her for, possibly if they needed to fill the front row Joes and none of the real donors wanted to be seen, okay, maybe we'll put your fat ass in a seat to keep it warm, possibly.
Right.
But more likely what I could see is standing out in front of polling places, in front of medians with, she loves a flyer. Think how much she must love a placard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Vote for, I could just see her out there in the median, just swaying back and forth.
Absolutely.
When the light changes colors. Yeah, I can see all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So, okay. So enough of that. Oh God, enough of her. I'm over her nasty ass.
Now, tell me about Duty Ron. I missed that this morning. You will have to.
Oh boy. Okay, so apparently last night, you know what's funny? Listen, every one of us, whether on YouTube, whether in the real world, we are all guilty of being hypocrites at various times of, let's just acknowledge the reality of it, okay? There's not one person, and if you say you aren't, you're lying. There's not one of us that holds every single person in our sphere to the same standard of behavior and expectations as we do a fucking stranger, okay? We don't. So we're going to just deal in reality here.
Right.
With that being said, if he thinks, if the Glare doesn't think that he is, I heard somebody say, instead of it's hard out here for a pimp, it's hard out here for a simp. Like
Exactly.
he worships at the altar of Turtle Boy. And hey, I don't give a shit. I think the guy's disgusting and vile, but
I do too.
I don't watch him and I wouldn't support him. And if he told me water was wet, much like Betty, I'd ask for a second opinion.
Absolutely.
So I just don't have anything to do with it. I can't stand the sound of his voice. I can't stand to look at his face. And what's unfortunate about that is him being what appears to be the most vocal proponent of Karen Reed's innocence.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps people like me disinterested and as far away from that shit as possible because of people like him.
Exactly.
At least that's what I say for me. Now, I mean, honestly, it's obvious that he's got this enormous ego. And,
Oh yeah.
you know, and then, you know, he's not a bad looking guy, so we'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to comment on other things that he might not have to be embarrassed about. But he was so over the top last night.
Yes.
So he went to Police Off the Cuff is the channel. And according to him, I would play it, but I don't want to get that deep into it.
Yes.
Because I didn't watch that long. And in the 10 minutes that I saw, I could give it to you. I can give it to everybody just like this, and you'll be right on up to speed as far as I was. So according to him, he has been a wonderful supporter of Police Off the Cuff. He's never had a negative thing to say about him. And he has sent lots of people his way, told his subs to go sub up to Police Off the Cuff.
Oh yes.
You know, of course, Police Off the Cuff has 54,000 subs compared to his, I don't know what, 20s. Maybe.
Right.
And I don't keep up with his sub count. I don't know how long he's been on YouTube. I don't care about any of that shit. Doesn't matter to me.
No.
I used to listen to him. I used to enjoy listening to him. I didn't know a whole lot about him, and I hadn't heard any of his real going off the deep end freakouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no reason not to. I enjoyed him. I thought he was well spoken.
Yeah, that's 90% of it.
You know, after the whole Heels debacle where you know, he repeatedly called her a see you next Tuesday. And here's my stance on that. And of course, the way he spun that was, well, I call lots of people that, and you know, it's not whatever. No. Dude, you do you, but you just got to know, if you're trying to sell us as females that we shouldn't be bothered by that word. Well, no. You know, that might work with some, but I can promise you the majority of women, whether they agree with the target of the word, are not going to say, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, using that word.
No.
It's
no.
He knows, and that's why he uses it, because he knows it. Don't tell me, listen, it packs a hell of a lot more of a punch than bitch.
Absolutely.
There's ways to get your anger across without having to resort to the see you next Tuesday bomb.
I agree.
Okay, so there was that. When I really parted ways was when he had one of his meltdowns on Dietz panel, after he told all of the, you know, all of those who were not worthy Queen Bee subs to unsub from him. I don't want any of those people. I'm not drama. This is not, dude, you are welcome. And that really did. It left a bad taste in my mouth. And I could have rationalized that to a point. I could have actually kind of, well, he was drinking, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Had it not been for the fact that I had been on panel with him on Queen Bees, yes. He came up on a panel. I forget what it was about, but everybody was interacting. He never spoke to any, like when he came up on the panel, I think there was only one person he spoke to. The rest of us were like apparently beneath him for the pleasantries of,
Yes.
just polite conversation. He then I made a point about something and he got real snarky with me and he said, well, didn't you just do exactly that thing? Oh, I know what it was. He and Morbid had mommy ramblings the night before. They'd been, doing commentary on her. And
Yes.
those of us that were mothers were making the point that, look, I don't care what she says or what she does. And I don't care if you think that she is using her deceased child to make money. I don't support that. I would never say that. Even if I thought it, I wouldn't say it.
No.
And he came at me with, well, that's in direct contradiction to what you just said a minute. And it absolutely was not. But because it was not my panel, nor was it important enough, I wasn't going to argue with him. I agree. I made a reply and that was it. And I was like, oh God. Well, one of us is going to be leaving soon. If he's not leaving soon, I'll just leave. Because it was like, I don't need to sit up here like, and I think I said in the past when the Queen Bee thing happened, that I had been a supporter of his channel and I had been, I super chat him a couple times. And he really never like even
acknowledged
that I was alive. And
no,
not to say that he needed to, but it's just polite. It's not, I don't know.
It's polite.
And we're all subs.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't one thing. It was just several things. And after the whole heels thing where, none of us were worthy to be subbed up to him. And then even the next morning in the sober light of day, he was doubling down on it. So I was like, oh, fuck, I am done. Like done unsubbing. So it just so happened that this morning, you know what is, well, never mind. I was going to say, interesting. After all that, when Betty went on Morbids, I did go into his chat that night. And oh boy, he acknowledged me when I came in.
Well, interesting.
And I think I said, oh, I'm sorry for calling you a dick bag or something. I mean, I was joking and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's still disrespectful.
And listen, I don't have a problem with him. If I saw him somewhere, if he spoke, of course I would make polite conversation. But what I heard last night, it's like, so he says that he goes over to Police Off the Cuff because he's going to have a stream and how much he'd supported that channel. And he goes into the channel and he says he's saying hello to people and nobody is acknowledging him. And he just can't figure out what's going on here. I mean, I get it. I'm sure I would be doing the same thing. Well, I guess he was on not the Glarer, he was on Glarer. Well, I guess when things, and of course he says himself and all the people that he sent over there were just nothing but the utmost impolite. Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Because that's always the way it goes.
Oh, right.
And maybe they were, I don't know. But apparently when it got past the point of no return for him, when he had to leave and fire up alive, was when he found out that dun 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 Jennifer Coffendorfer was going to be a guest on that channel, and he cannot abide Jennifer Coffendorfer.
What is his problem with her anyway?
I don't know, but let me tell you something. And even up to that point, I'm still just chalking it up as, oh well, he's a fucking simp for Turtle Boy. I'm with Donald.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. He is the #1 simp for Turtle Boy.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
And my understanding is he got a whole lot of subs off of that. And more power to him. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Couldn't care less. I don't listen
Right.
to any of them anymore. And never did listen to Turtle Boy. I want nothing to do with that. But if you
Never.
cannot see the utter hypocrisy, Turtle Boy makes Betty look like a choir member. I mean,
know.
that's just my opinion based on
disgusting.
the insanity that I've seen. And I don't want to see anymore. I've seen
No.
enough. No, thank you. Not for me.
No.
But he said when he came off the pause button and the off the cuff guy says
Uh-huh.
to Coffendorfer something about the pronunciation of her name, and she made a kind of a joke, and she said, well, you actually, I think he called her Coffin Daffer, and she said to him, well, you actually said it correctly. It is said as Coffin Doffer so much that I just go with it, and I don't care what you call me as long as it's not anything nasty. And he said, is it okay if I call you Cuntendorfer or something? And I was like,
Oh, no, he didn't.
yeah, he did. Yeah. And then he basically took credit for all the people he sent to that channel. He's not bitter or anything, though.
No.
And then the only other thing he said that I was like, God, your fucking ego is so far out of control. Nobody in the sound of your voice thinks that you know how to operate a spreadsheet, Will. He said,
Right.
he said, I put a very respectful chat where I said I would be happy to show you a very well laid out spreadsheet of all the evidence. Basically, he is lecturing police off the cuff, like he and Turtle Boy know more about
Then him.
And that is not to say that there's not bad members of law enforcement, that law enforcement doesn't fuck things up. Of course they do. But am I gonna and I had to laugh because apparently police off the cuff made a remark, not directed right at Will, but just in general to the the very upset people in the chat. And
Right.
made a crack about their education and experience probably only qualifies a lot of them to work at Piggly Wiggly. And I will say, I'll give this to the Glairer. He said, well, yeah, in my case, you're probably right. So I don't know. I just don't know why. It's like, how can you not see this? Like, you are an absolute #1 simp for Turtle Boy, but you're coming down like the wrath of God on the actual professional retired law enforcement of decades about who his guest is because,
Because you don't like her.
Yeah, he hates her. And I don't know why. I don't care why. I think it's, they look at her as a paid, well, I don't know, kind of like every fucking professional witness that testifies in a trial is a paid expert.
Of course they are.
So
Of course.
it's just, it was just comical. It really was.
you know, what?
But he's actually entering into misogyny now with me, because I have no problem with him really not liking coffin daffer, call her whatever you will. But when you want to take that woman who, whether you like her or not, she was a member of the FBI. I've
Yes.
heard him belittle her career, like, oh, she was just, she was a token. She was there.
No, she wasn't. She was an actual. Was she BAU?
That I don't know, but I do know that she was for. Well, I know who they're not calling for News Nation. All of
Yeah,
News. I know who they're not calling. So
exactly. I can think of a couple.
And it's like the issue is not that he doesn't respect her, that he doesn't respect her career and her accomplishments. That's fine. That's his opinion. He's entitled to it. But when you want to say, is it okay if I call you cunt and daffer? It's like, dude, that is so gross. And I don't get it. I don't know why women want to sit and.
Why do you, any self-respecting woman, want to sit and listen to that? I mean, you do you, okay?
Hey,
you do you.
It's like, maybe because him and the other 3 men on here are like unicorns. I don't know. The pool is very, very small in comparison to all the women. I don't know, but it kind of like, I don't know. I don't tell people where to go, who to sub to, who to not sub to. That's none of my business. I just know that there is very much such a thing as going too far, and you do run the risk of alienating just normal, everyday, normal thinking people.
Well, even you run the risk of alienating even the other male subscribers and so forth, because there's a lot of men that just won't with that. Okay, they just no.
Yep, yeah, it's not for me. Definitely not. And anybody can overlook a one-off.
Yeah, but when it's a consistent
over and
yeah.
That's okay, Ange Carter. You can come in the back door. You can stand at the window. Whatever.
We still love you, Ange. Always.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so that's that. Anything else? What else?
So,
what else is going on?
Our great turtle girl that's keeps saying she's banned or blocked or some bullshit.
Who?
Patina.
Oh, I don't keep up with her. Okay, what's going on?
I don't normally either. I'm a supporter of Miss Anne.
I like Miss Anne. I've only interacted with her once on panel, but I've heard her on panel different times,
and she's just
she seems just like a
she's
nice
fabulous.
baby.
Yeah, she's
absolutely
fabulous.
Something.
So, of course, lurking in the background, this one thinks that, well, good gosh, where do I begin?
Oh God, hold on a minute. I've been glancing up at the chat. I know there's been a lot of back and forth. Like, listen, with all due respect, Southern Princess, my personal friendship or non-friendship with heels, I don't tell you who to be upset with, not upset with. I said what I said, at the time, based on what I knew. And after several months of not speaking and no contact, I'm going to assume you missed it, so I'll fill you in. She very kindly gave me grace that I probably didn't deserve. And because she did that, I reached out to her and said, I didn't handle that as well as I should have, and I'm sorry. And then I gave one specific reason for one specific thing I did and why I did it. And I also publicly spoke about that earlier.
And you don't,
and-
I mean, it's
and she
really
was
not about
gracious.
anyone's business.
She was gracious enough to accept it. I did not say ever. These are, ma'am, these are your words, not mine. I never said she was a, quote, horrible person. I said I was disappointed in some, and that I could not understand what I saw as mean-spirited comments to a grieving mother. That's what I said. I know exactly what I said. And I think I just explained. Like, I just don't, like, I don't know. I just would never, I would never go in somebody's chat, especially somebody I don't typically go to their chat. Or if you do, I mean, I don't see you very often, and start like, I don't know. It just seems like you're just here to maybe
Start.
but
Here's the rule of thumb. Consider the coming into someone's chat as coming into someone's home. And
I
if
mean,
you go
that's
into
what I
people's
try to
homes
do.
to start something, then you won't be invited to mine. How's that? Just saying. There's that. Where the hell did Lisa go? Another knockoff.
Sorry, I yeeted myself. And so you don't
Uh,
need to, I don't, listen, well, I was not telling you to leave, Mike, believe me. I was not. I didn't see anybody in the chat tell you to leave. You are
Nope.
welcome to come here anytime. But I kept looking up and seeing, you know, you were going back and forth with several people. And that I was like, I try not to get into that kind of stuff between
Yeah,
people.
let everybody do
was
their
nothing.
adult thing.
I didn't see anything out of line. And I was not trying to put you on the spot. I promise you I was not. But it, you know,
It needed to be addressed.
just don't, there is so many things that go on in relationships with people on here. And I mean, we're only all privy to, most of us, to what we see on screen.
Exactly.
It just, I don't
I'll give
know.
you
I
an
just
example.
got the impression that I don't think she's a Betty fan. I don't know. Maybe she is, or maybe she's a Glara fan. I don't know. But I just kind of got the impression that it was like, well, you know, you said this and you did that, but
you don't know the background. It's like,
what the comment.
we'll use an example of a prosecutor and a defense attorney. They can be best friends offline because nobody knows.
Okay, this is the This is the one that I.
Oh, okay.
This is the one I responded to. Listen. I don't have problems with anybody on here. I really don't. Not in that kind of way.
And you just explained it.
Just because I talk about Here's one thing about me. When I'm done and I leave this office, it's done. I don't want to know anybody's anything. Even when talking about Betty and all the court documents, I always redact Betty's name, even though she put it out there herself all over. But I will still give her that respect of not being, somebody else to put her personal information out there. So I don't really have, there isn't anybody I need to forgive, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's nobody that I'm like have a relationship like that with. There's nobody on here that anything more than a surface level communication that I've ever fallen out with. And because believe me, I have fallen out with several people on here. You just don't know who they are. And I've never spoken about it. I did speak on the heels situation. And yeah, I mean, feel free to go back and watch it, but I don't know. I just, and it's the only part of that bothered me was like, I don't owe anybody an explanation if I want to make things right with someone that I thought I didn't handle completely as I should have in hindsight. Like, you don't need to call me on the carpet like that, because number one, you don't really know me like that. And you have no stake in that. So that's all. All right.
Very well said. I agree with that.
Hey, Mystery, how are you? Eddie. Who else came in? Okay,
I just adjusted my fan and now I can't get it to go back.
Oh, I've got my back door open, and it's nice. This sweater is very, very cozy warm, and I am perfect temperature wise.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Okay, so got that out of the way. No, we were on. Sorry, we got derailed.
Yes,
okay,
we
so
were on. Yeah.
What's Patina up to?
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Is she back with the turtles?
No, she's got her own channel. She's got her own. Everybody's a mod in her channel, and she's talking about when she goes back. That she has actually spoken to people who have said that she won't be bullied. And let's see, what did she say? She said that, how did she put it? That the way she worded it, I can't think, and this is in my opinion and allegedly, the way she worded it was almost like she still has a chance. And I wish I could remember.
To be a turtle or to be Mrs. Turtle?
Well, both. But the way it was worded made me think that she still, has a chance to be in with the big turtle.
The cool kids.
And I'm thinking to myself, you lost your mind.
Oh, you think she's been banished forever?
No, not forever. She says she's blocked or that she can't go back, that they've told her she can't come back. That's bullshit. Nobody's banished her, okay?
You think she's just...
The woman, I'm sorry, well, in my opinion, not medical, is delusional.
Are you talking about her feelings on the Turtle King?
Yeah, and thinking that, I mean, the way she words some of this stuff, and I wish I could remember exactly what was said. I was so dumbfounded. Was that, she would still be able to come and do panels and for the show. Well, it's not a show, it's a freaking live stream. People, they're not celebrities, okay? Judas Priest.
No.
But you know, it's almost like, I know we've all had that one woman in our lives that is just relentless, even to the point of being in the background, okay? Still being relentless.
Usually, though, they are in the starring role of mother to your stepchildren. That's usually
Uh-huh.
who that woman is.
Uh-huh.
And even in those cases, you have to find a way to, yeah, I get
But
what you're
we've
saying.
all had
We
that
all
one
we all
woman,
get that
you know,
very much.
try to take your man kind of person. I mean, if you haven't, then God bless you, because it is, there are certain women in this world who are determined to destroy you.
And
And
some
it's
women
covert.
actually like a
Yes, that's
man
how they
that,
live their lives.
yes.
Yeah.
And I am not saying that's her. I'm just saying
No,
they're
no. But
there
in
very
my
much are
opinion,
women
there
that
are
like that.
women that just won't let up. And the continued discussions, the insinuations that there's somebody that has some control to that she will be back in. Please, for the love of all things holy, walk away. You are
There's
going to cause problems, not just with them, but with, you know,
oh
could
my
lose
God, on
subs
here? Come on.
and income. Look, the Dolly Lolly has got a one hell of a gig going here, okay? He's got a business going. He's got Turtle Island. He's got his panels. He's got, you know, just memberships and everything.
I'm the
And
world
he's
record
doing,
holder. I am, until someone unseats me, I hold the Turtle Island
yes.
record for receiving the most votes in history to be voted off the island.
And I think he meant that only 2 people called in.
What?
Okay. So if you want to do, or
Now,
just
wait
a
a
very
minute. How
few.
could that be the most votes if it was only 2 people voted
Well,
me off?
it's per capita. Okay. So many people are
I didn't know.
already trying to vote off
God
everybody
damn, does
else.
Price Waterhouse hold the envelope of the winner at the end? What the hell are you talking about per capita? What is this, like Miss America?
See, I came in late, so I had to roll back, you know, and see
I've never
how many
watched. I
people.
don't
But
know.
there, he's got to be saying pro rata, pro capita,
I'm
one of
gonna
those.
feel pretty. Oh yeah, I'm sure Dolly's throwing around per rata. Sure, sure. I
No,
don't know, but
I'll
I'm
tell
gonna
you,
be
I'll
pretty
tell
pissed
you
if
who's
I've been
doing the
up here
math.
flexing about my world record and it's only 2 votes.
Yeah,
No way. Betty got
no,
all
it
her
was 3
people
or
in
4 maybe.
$1,000.
But what I'm, but our math girl is our girl PJ. Okay, our girl PJ is on top of everything. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a math person. Okay.
I give her a lot of credit, okay? Because I'll tell you that game, that Turtle Island game is, I couldn't do it. My ADD mind could not
Oh yeah.
keep up with all the stuff going on, you know? So yeah. So there's that.
That reminds me, I was going to show you, but they're all out in the other room. I was going to show you my 8,000 sticky notes that they're all over the place because when something strikes me, I
Yeah,
jot
you
down a
just,
sticky note and I stick it on something, and then I try and go
yeah.
through the house and gather all the stickies and put them together to then put them here. And then hopefully it gets here at some point. But yeah, I couldn't. No. Tabulating? No. We would be calling Price Waterhouse to come in for that.
No.
Um,
It would be Price PJ, okay?
Oh, listen, this very much right here. I always said from the beginning, and I didn't even know who the hell he was. This is back way back, first channel.
Right.
I said, no matter what you think of him, that was brilliant idea. And yes, I wish it had been mine. Hey, Mom,
Right.
how you doing?
He is.
I don't want to hear any more about pro rata, pro bono, pro se, pro forma, pro nothing.
Pro sports.
Record holder, most votes ever off the island. It's the closest I'm ever going to get to any kind of legit title. And I want to keep it.
You have the crown.
Y'all better see to it that I do. Crown. I want a damn crown, sash, and scepter. I want it all.
Okay, you did. Yes, you didn't get the belt.
That,
but we'll give you the scepter and the crown.
That little piece of paper that's not going to be enough for me. That's just a whole. That's
with
a
your
place,
one or.
That's a placeholder until my engraved plaque gets here.
Your one or back.
Oh God!
I was in hysterics when he said that. I lost it. I thought, damn it! I wish she were here to hear.
I was in hysterics when you called in and was like,
"Oh yeah," and then I called.
Where am I?
Because see, I called in to say Jonesy because I didn't know anything about you. Okay, clearly it wouldn't have mattered one vote. Okay, clearly my vote wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, every vote counts. Just ask Al Gore. My God. Oh, listen. Here's a bit of comic relief. So yesterday on Queen Bee's panel,
yeah,
I made. Oh, actually, this was before I got on the panel. I was still just in the chat. And B. Tim made some crack about Florida.
Uh-huh.
And I said, oh, excuse me, sir. Florida? No. We have now finally taken our place back. We are currently, we're not the shame of the United States anymore. We have moved. We are firmly beyond the hanging chads.
Exactly.
And I could tell he read it out loud, and it was me and somebody else were in hysterics. It was like very pregnant pause because I said, I think he's quite a bit younger than we are.
He must be.
I don't think anybody. What the hell? So B. Tim, in the event I heard that wrong and you do know about a hanging chad, forgive me. But in the event that you do not, let me enlighten you. Back in the election of George Bush and Al Gore, when it came down to a hand recount, thanks to South Florida and, oh my God.
Mama.
Do you remember what was the election commissioner's name? She was a total dipshit. Fortunately for Bush, she was firmly in the right. And when this recount came down to hand counted votes at every bingo hall and civic center in South Florida, they actually had a picture of the ones that they weren't sure, because back in the day, you'd take this cardboard ballot, you would put it in this template, and then you would poke with a stylus. Well, as you can imagine, there's a lot of old people in Florida, a lot of stupid people, and not everybody poked as far as you needed to. Well, when they would hold up,
and that was state of the art too, by the way.
When they would hold up the ballot like this to decide, is it a Bush or a Gore? Well, imagine the country's surprise when the election came down to
hanging chad.
What is now forever remembered in history as the hanging chad. And the hanging chad is that little piece of cardboard circle that they couldn't quite they were wavering apparently. So somebody had to hold these ballots up to a light and determine. And then we got down to well, do we have a half of a hanging chad? And who do we give a half chad to? What if we've got 75% hanging? Oh my God, it was absurd. And then the Supreme Court, who was
They
quite
rolled off.
conservative, called it for Bush. So there you go. But how long did that go on? Weeks?
Weeks.
Oh, it was painful.
It was. It really was. I mean, I thought it was going to go on until what? January 13th is the date.
Yeah, Florida was the joke of the country. Well deserved, I gotta say, at that time, for a long time.
But that should tell you how much power Florida has.
Yeah, and at that time, that power, whoo, scary.
Yeah, it was.
It still can be a little scary, but
Uh-huh.
yeah. So that was yeah, that's a hanging chad. So there you go.
That was hysterical. So yes, that's for all you young people.
Oh look who's back with a VPN apparently.
Who? I can't see.
Rapper needs to know where babies come from. Google. Now listen, this is not health class. This,
Dr.
we're not-
Google.
I am not qualified to teach that. That's what are you doing? Hi.
I could, but I'm not.
I'm talking my dog. This is the second time the dog's come in like, Mom. Second warning.
Oh.
Well, it has been. Oh yeah, because I took him out a little earlier. Usually I wait until about a half hour before I start. But this morning I took him out right after I ran to the grocery store early. I was trying to get everything done. And it's a special hug. I like that. That is a perfect. That's a perfect
a special hug.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that. That's a good. That's good. That's
not a side hug. Not like the Duggars. It's not a side hug.
No, not that kind.
Full frontal.
Yes.
The full Monty.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that one anyway. So yeah. Well, that's about all I had on my agenda.
Is it? Okay.
My anger about the DV thing, just that had to be addressed.
Yeah, and I'm glad you saw it because I don't watch her. If I see her, it is on a clip channel, and it's usually first thing in the morning.
Well, mine's just for news, of course, but
yeah,
and sometimes, it's like, oh God, this voice. I wish I could change it.
I could deal with the voice. I think there's something else we need to change.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, Bob is really he's getting very insistent right now.
He's getting very insistent.
Yeah, he does that thing where he's not, his mouth isn't all the way open, but it's a really shrill whine that comes.
Yes.
Yeah. He's got this is my final warning.
What breed is he?
Bichon.
Oh, he's a Bichon.
Yeah. They're not known for their dazzling intellect.
No.
No, but he is incredibly sweet. They're just built for love. That's it. My husband said they're so cute, so you don't kill them. That's
right. We had a toy fox that had, God bless it, didn't have a brain in its head, but it was so cute you couldn't help it.
That's kind of like this one. All right. Since we are wrapped up with the news of the previous week.
Yes.
I'm going to, y'all, I'm not even going to play the exit, you guys, because he really needs to go back.
Ready to go.
Yep, he needs to go. I do not want to have to mop.
No. All right. Well, I'm going to drop down. Have a great day, everyone.
Oh, you too. You too. Thanks for hanging out with me. And thank you to all of you for hanging out with us. This was fun. And tomorrow, I got to get some more Christmas shopping done today. If I get enough done today, we shall reconvene tomorrow and talk about, I don't know, we'll talk about, well, I don't have all the info yet, so we can't. There's remember I told you there was a woman that I was reading about that I want to talk about, and it's definitely a true crime. It's unfortunately it's quite in the past. Just like it's solved and done, but it is fascinating, and I had never heard of it. So chances are, I bet a lot of you have never heard of it either, but fascinating nonetheless. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope everybody has a great day. Go get your Christmas shopping done too. All right, y'all. Bye. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you. Bye.